What's going on, everybody? Sports Player 2.0 Daniel here. And guys, we went 3-5-2 in the NHL, 5-2 in the NBA, and 6-8 in the MLB. So we had a bad day in the NHL, a good day in the NBA, and a bad day in the MLB. So we need a rebound in the NHL and in the MLB. In the NBA, we went 3 games over 500, so that's not bad, but we got a rebound in the other 2 sports. So let's move on to tomorrow's games. The Golden Knights are going to Los Angeles to face the Kings. The Golden Knights come in at 27-11-2, and the Kings come in at 16-18-6. The last game for the Vegas Golden Knights, they won 1-0 versus the Arizona Coyotes, and for the LA Kings, they won 4-2 versus the San Jose Sharks. And the likely starters for this game is Robin Lehner for the Vegas Golden Knights and Cal Peterson for the LA Kings. And the Vegas Golden Knights are a favorite in this one. Give me the Golden Knights to win this game on the road in Los Angeles. Next up, we have the Detroit Red Wings going to Carolina to face the Hurricanes. The Red Wings come in at 23-6, and the Hurricanes come in at 27-9-4. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Detroit Red Wings won 5-4 in a shootout. The likely starters for this game is Thomas Greiss for the Detroit Red Wings and James Reimer for the Carolina Hurricanes. And the Carolina Hurricanes are a favorite in this one. Give me the Hurricanes to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Chicago Blackhawks going to Columbus to face the Blue Jackets. The Blackhawks come in at 19-18-5, and the Blue Jackets come in at 15-20-8. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Chicago Blackhawks won 4-3. The likely starters for this game is Kevin Lankinen for the Chicago Blackhawks and Jonas Korpisalo for the Columbus Blue Jackets. And the Chicago Blackhawks are a favorite in this one. Give me the Blackhawks to win this game on the road in Columbus. Next up, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs going to Montreal to face the Canadiens. The Maple Leafs come in at 28-10-3, and the Canadiens come in at 17-12-9. The last game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they won 6-5 versus the Ottawa Senators, and for the Montreal Canadiens, they lost 5-0 versus the Winnipeg Jets. And the likely starters for this game is Jack Campbell for the Toronto Maple Leafs and Carey Price for the Montreal Canadiens. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Canadiens to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Winnipeg Jets going to Ottawa to face the Senators. The Jets come in at 25-13-3, and the Senators come in at 13-25-4. The last game for the Winnipeg Jets, they won 5-0 versus the Montreal Canadiens, and for the Ottawa Senators, they lost 6-5 versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the likely starters for this game is Connor Hellebuyck for the Winnipeg Jets and Marcus Hogberg for the Ottawa Senators. And the Winnipeg Jets are a favorite in this one. Give me the Jets to win this game on the road in Ottawa. Next up, we have the St. Louis Blues going to Minnesota to face the Wild. The Blues come in at 19-16-6, and the Wild come in at 24-13-3. The last game these two teams played last time, and the St. Louis Blues won 3-2 in overtime. The likely starters for this game is Jordan Binnington for the St. Louis Blues and Cam Talbot for the Minnesota Wild. And the Minnesota Wild are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Blues to win this game on the road in Minnesota. Next up, we have the Arizona Coyotes going to Colorado to face the Avalanche. The Coyotes come in at 19-18-5, and the Avalanche come in at 28-9-4. The last game for the Arizona Coyotes, they lost 1-0 versus the Vegas Golden Knights, and for the Colorado Avalanche, they won 4-1 versus the Anaheim Ducks. And the likely starters for this game is Ivan Prosvetov for the Arizona Coyotes and Philip Grubauer for the Colorado Avalanche. And I don't know who's favorite in this one, but give me the Avalanche to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Anaheim Ducks going to San Jose to face the Sharks. The Ducks come in at 12-23-7, and the Sharks come in at 18-18-4. The last game for the Anaheim Ducks, they lost 4-1 versus the Colorado Avalanche, and for the San Jose Sharks, they lost 4-2 versus the Los Angeles Kings. And the likely starters for this game is Ryan Miller for the Anaheim Ducks and Martin Jones for the San Jose Sharks. And I don't know who's favorite again, but give me the home team here. Give me the Sharks to win this game at home. That does it for the NHL. Let's move on to the NBA. The Lakers are going to New York to face the Knicks. The Lakers come in at 33-20, and the Knicks come in at 27-27. And the New York Knicks are a 3.5-point favorite in this one. But give me upset. Give me the Lakers to win this game on the road in New York. Next up, we have the Philadelphia 76ers going to Dallas to face the Mavericks. The 76ers come in at 36-17, and the Mavericks come in at 29-23. I'm going to go with the 76ers here. Give me the 76ers to win this game on the road in Dallas. Next up, we have the San Antonio Spurs going to Orlando to face the Magic. The Spurs come in at 25-26, and the Magic come in at 17-36. And the San Antonio Spurs are a 6-point favorite in this one. Give me the Spurs to win this game on the road in Orlando. Next up, we have the Brooklyn Nets going to Minnesota to face the Timberwolves. The Nets come in at 36-17, and the Timberwolves come in at 14-40. And I don't know who's favorite in this one, but give me the Nets to win this game on the road in Minnesota. Next up, we have the Chicago Bulls going to Memphis to face the Grizzlies. The Bulls come in at 22-30, and the Grizzlies come in at 26-25. I'm going to go with the Bulls here. Give me the Bulls to win this game on the road in Memphis. Next up, we have the Sacramento Kings going to New Orleans to face the Pelicans. The Kings come in at 22-31, and the Pelicans come in at 24-29, and the New Orleans Pelicans are a 3.5-point favorite in this one. Give me the Pelicans to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Washington Wizards going to Utah to face the Jazz. The Wizards come in at 19-33, and the Jazz come in at 40-13. I'm going to go with the home team here. Give me the Jazz to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Nuggets going to Golden State to face the Warriors. The Nuggets come in at 34-19, and the Warriors come in at 25-28. And I'm going to go with the Nuggets here. Give me the Nuggets to win this game on the road in Golden State. And the final match of the day in the NBA, we have the Houston Rockets going to Phoenix to face the Suns. The Rockets come in at 14-39, and the Suns come in at 37-15, and the Phoenix Suns are a 13-point favorite in this one. Give me the Suns to win this game at home. And that does it for the NBA. Let's move on to the MLB. The Mets are going to... the Phillies are going to New York to face the Mets. The Phillies come in at 6-3, and the Mets come in at 2-3. The last series for the Philadelphia Phillies, they lost their series to the Atlanta Braves. They lost 2 out of the 3. They only won 1 game out of that series. And for the New York Mets, they tied their series against the Marlins because today's game got postponed because of rain. So yeah, the pitching matchup for this game is Chase Anderson for the Philadelphia Phillies and David Peterson for the New York Mets. And the New York Mets are a favorite in this one. Give me the Mets to win this game at home, and give me the over 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Boston Red Sox going to Minnesota to face the Twins. The Red Sox come in at 6-3, and the Twins come in at 5-4. The last series for the Boston Red Sox, they won all 3 games against the Orioles. They swept the Orioles. And for the Minnesota Twins, they lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Mariners. They only won the first game and then lost the 2 in a row. So not good for the Minnesota Twins. And the pitching matchup for this game is Martin Perez for the Boston Red Sox and J.A. Happ for the Minnesota Twins. And the Minnesota Twins are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Red Sox to win this game on the road in Minnesota, and give me the over 9 runs in that game. Next up, we have the San Diego Padres going to Pittsburgh to face the Pirates. The Padres come in at 7-3, and the Pirates come in at 3-6. The last series for the San Diego Padres, they swept the Texas Rangers. They won all 3 games. And for the Pittsburgh Pirates, they won a series. They beat the Cubs 2 games out of the 3. So yeah, good for the Pirates, man. The pitching matchup for this game is Yu Darvish for the San Diego Padres and Trevor Cahill for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And the San Diego Padres are a favorite in this one. Give me the Padres to win this game on the road in Pittsburgh, and give me the under 8 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Seattle Mariners going to Baltimore to face the Orioles. The Mariners come in at 5-4, and the Orioles come in at 4-5. For the Seattle Mariners, they won their series against the Twins. Like I said, they won 2 in a row against the Twins. The Twins won the first game, but then the Seattle Mariners won 2 in a row and beat the Twins. Yep, they beat the Twins in that series. And for the Baltimore Orioles, they lost their series. They lost all 3 games against the Boston Red Sox. They got swept. And the pitching matchup for this game is Justice Sheffield for the Seattle Mariners and Dean Kremer for the Baltimore Orioles. And the Seattle Mariners are a favorite in this one. Give me the Mariners to win this game on the road in Baltimore, and give me the over 9 runs in that game. Next up, we have the New York Yankees going to Toronto to face the Blue Jays. The Yankees come in at 4-5. And the Blue Jays come in at 4-5. Both teams are having a rough start to the season. The New York Yankees lost their series to the Tampa Bay Rays. They lost 2 out of the 3. They only won 1 game. And same for the Toronto Blue Jays. They lost their series 2-1. They only won 1 game against the Angels. And the pitching matchup for this game is Garrett Cole for the New York Yankees and Robbie Ray for the Toronto Blue Jays. And I don't know who's favored in this one, but give me the Yankees to win this game on the road in Tampa Bay. Next up, we have the Rangers going to Tampa Bay to face the Rays. The Rangers come in at 3-6, and the Rays come in at 4-5. For the Texas Rangers, they got swept by the San Diego Padres. They lost all 3 games. And for the Tampa Bay Rays, they won 2 out of the 3 games, like I mentioned, to the New York Yankees. They beat the Yankees 2-1. And the pitching matchup for this game is Dane Dunning for the Texas Rangers and Tyler Glasnow for the Tampa Bay Rays. And the Tampa Bay Rays are a favorite in this one. Give me the Rays to win this game at home, and give me the under 7.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Miami Marlins going to Atlanta to face the Braves. The Marlins come in at 2-6, and the Braves come in at 4-5. For the Miami Marlins, they tied their series against the Mets, like I mentioned before. They went 1-1 against the Mets. And for the Atlanta Braves, they won their series against the Phillies. They won 2 out of the 3 games against the Phillies. They lost the last game. They were almost going to sweep them, but then you know what happened in that game. The Phillies won. And the pitching matchup for this game is Sandy Alcantara for the Miami Marlins and Huascar Ynoa for the Atlanta Braves. And the Atlanta Braves are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Marlins to win this game on the road in Atlanta, and give me the under 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Chicago Cubs going to Milwaukee to face the Brewers. The Cubs come in at 4-5, and the Brewers come in at 5-4. For the Washington not Washington, where am I? I'm skipping ahead. The Chicago Cubs lost their series against the Pirates. They lost 2 out of the 3. The Pirates beat them 2 out of the 3 times. They only won 1 game, the first game. And the Milwaukee Brewers, they won their series against the Cardinals 2-1. They won 2 out of the 3 games against the Cardinals. And the pitching matchup for this game is Adbert Alzolay for the Chicago Cubs and Freddie Peralta for the Milwaukee Brewers. And the Milwaukee Brewers are a favorite in this one. Give me the Brewers to win this game at home, and give me the over 8 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Washington Nationals going to St. Louis to face the Cardinals. The Nationals come in at 1-5. And the Cardinals come in at 5-4. For the Washington Nationals, they got swept by the Dodgers. They lost all 3 games against the Dodgers. They got swept. And the St. Louis Cardinals, they lost their series against the Brewers, like I mentioned before. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Brewers. And the pitching matchup for this game is Steven Strasburg for the Washington Nationals and John Gant for the St. Louis Cardinals. And the St. Louis Cardinals are a favorite in this one. I had a tough time picking this one. Believe it or not, I really thought the Nationals could beat the Cardinals, but I changed my mind. I think the Cardinals will win this game at home, and give me the over 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim going to Kansas City to face the Royals. The Angels come in at 6-3, and the Royals come in at 4-3. For the Los Angeles Angels, they won their series against the Blue Jays. They won 2 out of the 3 games against the Blue Jays. And for the Kansas City Royals, they had I think they got postponed because of rain, but their series was tied with the White Sox. They went 1-1 with the White Sox, so they split their series. And the pitching matchup for this game is Alex Cobb for the Los Angeles Angels and Ben Singer for the Kansas City Royals. And the Los Angeles Angels are a favorite in this one. Give me the Angels to win this game on the road in Kansas City, and give me the over 9 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Cleveland Indians going to Chicago to face the White Sox. The Indians come in at 5-3, and the White Sox come in at 4-5. For the Cleveland Indians, they swept the Tigers. They won all 3 games against the Tigers. And for the Chicago White Sox, like I mentioned before, they tied their series against the Royals. They went 1-1. They split their series. And the pitching matchup for this game is Shane Bieber for the Cleveland Indians and Carlos Rondon for the Chicago White Sox. And the Chicago White Sox are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Indians to win this game on the road in Chicago. Next up, we have the Detroit Tigers going to Houston to face the Astros. The Tigers come in at 3-6, and the Astros the opposite, 6-3. For the Detroit Tigers, they lost their series against the Indians. They lost all 3 games. And for the Houston Astros, surprisingly, they lost their series to the Oakland Athletics. The Oakland Athletics, after starting so bad, they beat up on the Astros twice. They won the series. And the pitching matchup for this game is Casey Mize for the Detroit Tigers and Zach Greinke for the Houston Astros. And the Houston Astros are a favorite in this one. Give me the Astros to win this game at home, and give me the under 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Oakland Athletics going to Arizona to face the Diamondbacks. The Athletics come in at 3-7, and the Diamondbacks come in at 4-6. For the Oakland Athletics, they won their series against the Astros. They won 2 out of the 3. And for the Arizona Diamondbacks, another shocker. They beat up on the Reds. They won 2 out of the 3 against the Reds. What the heck? They beat the Reds. The Reds were on fire. And the pitching matchup for this game is Chris Bassett for the Oakland Athletics and Madison Bumgarner for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And the Oakland Athletics are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Diamondbacks to win this game at home, and give me the over 9.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Cincinnati Reds going to San Francisco to face the Giants. The Reds come in at 6-3, and the Giants come in at 6-3. For the Cincinnati Reds, they lost their series against the Diamondbacks. I know, another shocker. Yeah, I said that before. That was a real shocker. And for the San Francisco Giants, they swept the Colorado Rockies. Wow, the Giants are not that bad this season. The pitching matchup for this game is Wade Miley for the Cincinnati Reds and Aaron Sanchez for the San Francisco Giants. And the San Francisco Giants are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Reds to win this game on the road in San Francisco, and give me the over 8.5 runs in that game. And that does it for today's picks for tomorrow's games. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please give me the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.